Hi, it's Tanya, and this is my 5th process video using the Dec Hip Kit. I have a photograph here of my husband. He started making his own craft beer. He loves beer. If you can think of nothing else to buy him as a gift, buy him a 6-pack, and he is as happy as anything. So there seems to be quite a movement in South Africa at the moment to make your own. So he's doing really well. Everybody that's tasted his beer has said it tastes really great. I personally wouldn't know, because I don't like beer. I'm a wine girl, or a bubbly girl. Love my bubbly. Anyway, back to the layout. So I'm choosing my background. I thought the grey looked nice. That black that I had before was just way too dark. So I chose this one. And the ever popular branding strips to give it a pop of colour. And yes, that is my cat. I apologise for him licking his... No, I can't say. Okay, anyway. I'm not going to restart this recording yet again, so we will just ignore the fact that I was going to be inappropriate what my cat was doing. So I thought the papers looked a little bit pale, so I figured I would do a Mercy Tiara special and draw lines all the way around. I tend to be a little bit shaky, so I do more than one line so it doesn't look like I don't know what I'm doing with those lines, because my gosh, they go all over the show. So when you do more than one, it looks intentional. The main focus of this layout is actually the title. I love that word blah, and I wanted to use it, so I figured what better way than to say life without beer? No, I've already forgotten what I said. Life with no beer in it. Life would be okay. I'm just going to wait and see what I said. You know, you and I, we can wait to see what I said in great anticipation. I'm on the edge of my seat. Ah, see? Life would be blah, with no beer in it. I knew it was something like that. Those Amy Tangerine Vellum alphabet stickers are really nice. They didn't come in the kit. That was something that I purchased myself. But they're beautiful. Although I do think that they work better on a light background than a dark background. They tend to disappear on a dark background. So there we go. My entire title, all beautifully put down. Complete with an exclamation mark. I do think his world would end if suddenly there was no beer anymore. Now it's just a case of adding embellishments. I've got the wood veneer on there. I have some of the die cuts. I stuck well, the hearts are twofold. One, I love my husband, and two, he loves beer. In fact, probably in the hierarchy of things, beer might be a bit more important than me. I wouldn't be surprised. No, seriously, he's a very sweet man. In fact, it was just Valentine's Day yesterday, and he spoilt me rotten, so I can't complain at all. He's a wonderful man. That poor Always. I just could not make it work. It would have been great, but it's just too big. Doesn't fit there, in my humble opinion. Just adding a little bit more bits and bobs. I am going to put part of that red die cut behind the little heart wood veneer so that it stands out some more. There we go. None of this, of course, is rocket science. I thought that wood veneer at the top there needed to be backed by something, so I had a look to see whether the black would do it, but no, I stuck with the red, sort of a red triangle actually. I don't mind doing that with the die cuts because I actually ended up with 2 packets of those die cuts and I still have masses of them left over. They go on and on forever. So using a part of one like that really didn't bother me at all. And I actually think it looks really great with that behind it. You can really see the words now. That triangle kind of moved all over the show. There, that Always again. Poor thing. That die cut says specially made for, and I drew my lines around it. Got continue with the uniformity, and later on I write himself because, yeah, he does make his beer for himself. I pop dot that triangle to give it a bit more dimension. Have a look to see what else I can add. Figure it needs a few little things to finish it off. Some of those puffy stickers. And then I went into my stash and had a look for an arrow and a heart. I do colour those arrows to bring in a bit more of the orange. At first I'll use those, they're those little Hero Arts mini inks. I used an orange, but it's not quite the right colour, but I do correct that. I just didn't record that particular part of this process. As you can see there, it looks really orange. It doesn't work. So I just turned the arrow over and used a different ink. A slightly lighter one. And there we have some stills. I hope you've enjoyed this. I know the narrating of it hasn't been exactly the most exciting. There really wasn't much to say about the page, actually. It's a simple layout, and I enjoyed making it. So yeah, but thanks for watching, and I hope you have a super week. Cheers now.